Hello everyone and welcome back to my US Diary official YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brooke Logan's accident is brewing. Nick Marone's marriage offer will go wrong. Brooke's taken Nick's hand. She's ready to embrace the new path he's immolation. Brooke is tired of Ridge Forrester refusing to admit their fortune, so she's feeling drawn to Nick and his devotion. It wouldn't be long until Nick treats Brooke to a romantic mess on a boat, and he'll plan to limit it all off with a grand gesture of love. Nick has an engagement ring for Brooke, so he'll hope she'll say yes to getting his woman. Again. Ridge will find himself on an emotional roller coaster as he deals with covetousness, wrathfulness, pain and further. We'll see Ridge mope and cloud as Nick gets all Brooke's attention, though Ridge will still be in Brooke's heart deep down. Nick and Brooke's romantic time together wouldn't go according to plan. Effects are about to take a disastrous turn since Brooke has an accident in her future. It looks like Brooke's gearing up for a situation where she tumbles into the water and finds herself in need of a deliverance. Ridge will ultimately see that Brooke's in torture, so he should be observing in the distance when he substantiates her fall. While Ridge gets ready to save Brooke, Eric Forrester will hold out stopgap for Brooke and Ridge's reunion. Although Nick has been ignoring Eric's repeated warnings, Eric will still count on fate to bring Ridge and Brooke back together. Thanks to the accident that's brewing in Italy and Ridge's eventual decision to accept who his true love is, Eric has some good news headed his way. Brooke and Ridge still have a future as a couple, so stay tuned for updates on the coming phase of their love story. Fortune will come back into play for Ridge and Brooke, which means Taylor Hayes has a ruinous blow ahead of her. Brooke Logan will reply to Taylor Hayes' warning while Eric Forrester tells Nick Marone to back off. After Taylor eavesdropped Brooke making yet another play for Ridge Forrester, she decided to defy her alone. That led to Taylor making it crystal clear that Ridge wasn't available and averring nothing was going to come between them. We should see Brooke's response to Taylor's outburst. Despite Taylor prognosticating that her future with Ridge is secure, Brooke wouldn't be so sure about that. It seems likely Brooke will push Taylor's buttons by playing up her history with Ridge and how frequently they've set up their way back to each other. Brooke may point out that Italy can be a magical place and leave Taylor indeed more wrinkled up than ahead. Eric, he'll have a tense discussion with Nick. Since Eric is lodging for Brooke and Ridge's happy ending, he wouldn't want Nick making a bigger mess of effects. Now that Eric's been pushing Ridge to reunite with Brooke before it's too late, he'll presumably advise Nick that his own Brooke reunion isn't going to be. Eric will still believe in the power of fortune when it comes to Brooke and Ridge's future. That's why Eric will steer Nick down from his Brooke pursuit, or at least try to. Nick isn't someone who lets other people tell him what to do, so he wouldn't be eager to take Eric's advice. Nick will resolve to prove he's the stylish man for Brooke and will make some shocking moves once the Italy trip gets underway. Nick will plan on satisfying Brooke to tie the knot. Some twists and turns are going to throw off his coming scheme. Nick will have to make some updates along the way as disastrous news strikes. Brooke and Ridge really are wind up. Sheila Sharp suspectedly Finnegan's secret while Brooke Logan said screw you and left Ridge Forrester. At Il Giardino, Sheila kept pushing for a chance to pay her final felicitations to Luna Nozawa and wondered where she could go to do that. Lee claimed there was nothing Sheila could do for Luna now and ultimately left without her takeout since she'd lost her appetite. Sheila opened up to Deacon Sharp about Lee acting all agitated over her questions. Although Sheila couldn't nail down what was going on with Lee, she surely felt like commodity was out. Lee ultimately made her way back to Luna's bedside and said up that there was no change in her condition. After Lee reflected on when Luna was a little girl, she talked about Luna no way having a real chance with Poppy Nozawa for a mama. Lee claimed she was there for Luna now and pushed her to open her eyes. While Spencer suggested Electra Forrester should be there representing the company in Italy since she'd be the hottest model ever. Electra played down that idea before talk turned to Luna and all the damage she'd foisted. Although Electra didn't want to speak ill of the dead, Will suggested they were only speaking the verity and was glad she was into trouble presently. Brooke was sick of posing for Prince with Ridge and having to answer questions about his engagement to Taylor Hayes. After Brooke cried a screw you at Ridge, she decided she'd go with Nick Marone since he looked at her with passion and desire. Brooke liked the fact that Nick treated her like he only wanted one woman, unlike Ridge who delivered all this back and forth with Taylor. After Nick faced Eric Forrester's rearmost warning to stay down from Brooke, he tracked her down anyway and fumed over Ridge, making her miserable. Nick prompted Brooke to get off this merry-go-round for good and come with him as he held out his hand. Brooke eventually placed her hand in Nick's like he wanted and left with him, so Ridge clearly didn't look happy about it. Steffi Forrester will call Sheila Sharp a idol, so Liam Spencer and Bill Spencer will be stunned by her admission. Steffi will bring Kelly Spencer over for a little further daddy-son time. Kelly will ask if Liam is okay, so he'll contend he's in gush over the get-well-soon masterpieces she's drawn for him. Although Liam will admit that he's not going to run marathons anytime soon, he'll assure Kelly that he's perfecting each day. Liam's nanny will confirm that his vitals are right where they should be, so that'll be great news. Since Liam really loves getting visits like this one, he'll contend that he gets better every time Steffi and Kelly stop by. Liam will add that it's the same with Hope Logan and Beth Spencer, so Bill will smile and suggest Liam see and get enough of his precious little girls. Since Steffi's been telling Kelly that her daddy's a idol, Bill will back her up and declare that Liam is the strongest, bold man he knows. That's when Steffi will make a concession that's sure to throw Liam and Bill for a circle. Steffi will admit she's seeing and believes she's saying this, but she'll indicate that someone differently is a idol, too. When a puzzled Liam asks who Steffi's talking about, she'll reveal that she means Sheila. Steffi will no way forget all the horrible effects Sheila's done. She'll admit that her jest has bettered recently. Steffi will no way let her guard down fully when it comes to Sheila, but she'll at least suppose Sheila deserves some credit for going up against Luna Nozawa. Sheila did everything she could to keep Steffi alive, so Steffi see and ignore her sweats. Steffi will express how glad she's that Liam pulled through all his medical crosses. We'll see Steffi and Liam form an indeed deeper connection now that he's hopefully going to live a long, healthy life. Still, it looks like Grace Buckingham pulled off a con job when it comes to Liam's brain excrescence and the phenomenon that Bill paid big bucks for. It's just a matter of time until Grace's web of falsehoods falls piecemeal. Eric Forrester he'll suppose Ridge Forrester needs to get serious about what he wants. Time is running out since Brooke could be on the verge of pursuing a renewed future with Nick Marone. Despite Ridge's commitment to Taylor Hayes, Eric will give Ridge yet another drive back in Brooke Logan's direction. As for Taylor, she'll have some reservations about Italy and what Nick really wants to negotiate there. Taylor will feel like Nick is hoping to use this trip as a way to move Brooke to go each in and put Ridge behind her for good. Taylor and Nick will be on the same side. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose traded admissions while Nick Marone was fractured sabotaging Forrester Creations' rearmost silk delivery. In the CEO office, Ridge Forrester felt like Brooke Logan was giving him an claim by hanging to bring Nick to Italy if he didn't choose her over Taylor Hayes. Brooke allowed. Ridge loved her further than Taylor, but Nick eventually intruded the discussion. After Ridge left, that gave Nick another chance to pitch Brooke on all the Italy fun they could have together. After Nick got updates on the Forresters scarifying over a missing silk order, he made a shady phone call. Nick spoke to someone about the vessel of silk for Forrester and said to hold it. Taylor talked to Steffi Forrester about Eric Forrester and how he'd prefer if Ridge was with Brooke rather. Donna Logan also came along to admit she's still allowed. Ridge and Brooke belonged together. Although Nick had gotten Brooke's attention in the history, Donna felt that Ridge was the love of Brooke's life and that Brooke was Ridge's, too. Back at Forrester Creations, Carter caught a trace of Daphne as she returned to the structure. After Daphne got a warm hello back from Carter and Eric, there was some talk about her incense line and further plans for it. Daphne also mentioned all the chaos Steffi had been through and wanted to support her. Carter ultimately told Daphne that he'd missed seeing her, so she confessed she missed him too. However, she was surprised to hear him admit it on his end. Still, Carter claimed they were musketeers and that he was glad to see Daphne again. After Carter asked how long Daphne would be sticking around, she could only give him a cryptic "we shall see." Ridge complained to Eric about Nick before getting a phone call about the delayed silk payload. Ridge fumed when he got the news that it was held up with Nick's shipping company. After Ridge put Nick on full blast over the sabotage, Nick tried to explain it down and made another phone call to move the payload along. Ridge went on a diatribe about Nick intruding with people and refused to let him do that to Logan. Nick told Ridge to shut up and stop calling Brooke that since he was marrying another woman.